Hello students, welcome to the new lecture, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about the project work and also some migratory birds and non-migratory birds. Okay, now first we will discuss about the project work. In the project work, we are going to study about the migration of birds. Okay, so about the migration and its effects on the biodiversity of an area. So first, what is meant by migration? Migration means movement. Okay, so movement over long period of long area or long distance, that is known as migration. So only birds will do. So the birds can be classified into two things. One is migratory and also non-migratory. Okay, so what are migratory birds? First we will discuss about non-migratory birds. So means the birds that will not show migration, they are known as non-migratory birds. You might have seen around some birds around your home. So these birds, they will not travel long distance. Okay, they will move over a short period of short distance, just for the collection of food and also some water and so on. So that's all, and they will make permanent nest on the trees. They will make permanent nest on the trees, and they will not move across the countries. So they are known as non-migratory birds. So here you can see they are going to make permanent nest. Okay, after making the permanent nest in the on the trees or somewhere, so they are going to stay over there only. Okay, so as a result, these birds are kept in the non-migratory birds category. Okay, so next is the migratory birds. Migratory birds means they are going to move over long distance or from one location to another location, that is known as migratory birds. Okay, they are going to travel for a long distance. So migratory birds, they are going to make temporary nest. You can see here they are going to make a permanent nest in case of non-migratory birds, but in case of migratory birds, so in case of migratory birds, they are going to make the temporary nest. Why temporary nest? Why? Because after 2 or 3 months or after 5 months, they have to move to another country. Okay, they have to move to another country, or they have to travel a long distance. So as a result, they are going to make the temporary nest, and they show migration between the countries for the food, shelter, etc. Okay, so these are about the migratory birds. You might have seen the Siberian cranes. Okay, the Siberian cranes, they show migration from the Siberia to India. So Siberia is present in the Russia. It is another country, and it means they are moving from one country to the another country just to escape from the winter. They are going to show such kind of migration. So hence they are known as migratory birds. So next one is a small step towards saving forest, that is recycling paper. So what is the recycling? Recycling means using of a particular thing again and again is known as recycling. So example, recycling of plastic. Okay, what is recycling of a plastic? Okay, recycling of plastic is nothing but reusing the plastic again, that is known as recycling. So here you can recycle the paper also. So paper can be recycled again, it means you can use the paper again, that is known as recycling paper. So recycling of paper, it is an important aspect to conserve the forest. So why it is important aspect to conserve the forest? From the forest we are getting some trees. Okay, so we are cutting the trees in the forest, and that trees are used to prepare a paper. Okay, so that we will use for writing and drawing purpose and so on. So this is the main aspect. So the paper is recycled. If you recycle the paper, so it will help in the reducing the cutting of trees. Okay, cutting down of trees, and as a result the deforestation will be reduced up to some extent. Hence recycling paper is more important, and use the paper more than once, so that the plants cutting will be reduced. And you can recycle the paper in many ways. You can recycle the paper in many ways. So you can do some other another products, or you can sell it. You can sell the paper to the person who purchase old papers and so on. Okay, so next topic is why should we recycle paper? Okay, we should recycle paper because it is a valuable green resource. Green resource is nothing but from the plants. Okay, so from the plants we are getting the we are getting the paper. So the plants are cut down, and these plants are treated with some kind of chemicals, and the pulp is extracted. Okay, the pulp is extracted. From the pulp the paper is made. Okay, from the pulp the paper is made. It means the paper is nothing but it is a product of the plant body. Okay, after cutting out the plant we are going to prepare the paper. So this is the main important thing, that the paper is a valuable green resource made from the cutting of the trees. So if you want to prepare 1 ton of the tree, so 15 to 25 trees has to be cut down. So this is a lot amount of trees. So 15 to 25 trees has to be cut down to prepare 1 ton of the paper. So as a result, if we waste more paper, okay, so more paper waste. Okay, more paper waste is nothing but more trees cut. Okay, so more trees cut down. So as a result, what will happen? The deforestation will occur. Deforestation causes a major damage. So that is nothing but so animals has to move from that place to another place. As a result, during that process some animals will die and some animals will attack human beings, and the clashes will occur between animals and human beings. So as a result, so deforestation is not at all a good idea. Deforestation will always bring some kind of disadvantage, some kind of a problem to the society and ecosystem. So this is the reason the paper is a valuable, important thing. Okay, so production of paper utilizes more chemicals. Just now we have discussed, from the plant pulp is extracted, from the pulp the paper is made. So here we are using chemicals. Okay, here we are using some kind of chemicals. So these chemicals are not at all good for the ecosystem, not at all good for the environment. So what happens during the treatment of the paper with treatment of the wood with these kind of chemicals? So after the processing we will release chemicals into the environment. So these chemicals which are used in the paper production, these chemicals will affect the other organisms. As a result, it is going to cause some kind of damage to the environment. Okay, so as a result, to reduce the forest deforestation, okay, so to reduce that, to decrease, okay, to decrease for deforestation. Okay, so this is one aspect. Second aspect is to reduce, okay, to reduce chemicals. Okay, so to reduce chemicals in environment, so it is also another aspect. So for these two aspects we have to reduce the paper. Okay, so we have to reduce the usage of the paper, and we have to recycle the paper more than one time. That is nothing but 5 to 7 times you can recycle the paper. Okay, so this is about why we should recycle the paper. Recycling paper is most important thing. Next is the project work. So in this project work we have to make the recycled paper from the newspaper. How you can recycle the paper? So that is with the help of some method you can recycle the paper. Okay, first one is materials. The materials like 2 plastic tubs, wooden spoons, water, clean cloth, old newspaper, wire screen, etc. These all are the materials. So procedure is nothing but you have to take the old newspaper, cut it into small pieces, and soak the newspaper into the water. Okay, in the water containing water, in the tub containing the water. So after next day, so take these newspapers and also make it into paste like structure. So it may we have to blend it. Blend it is nothing but so breakdown of the larger pieces of the paper into smaller pieces. So you have to make it like a oatmeal, runny oatmeal slurry, or a pulp like structure. So then you have to pour it into the another tub and also blend even fine, and lay the cloth on the flat surface. Okay, take a cloth, let us consider this a cloth. On the cloth pour the pulp. Okay, and make the pulp to dry out. So after drying out, put it onto the wire mesh, and allow it to dry completely. And if you want, you can use iron to just to make the pulp even more even. Okay, so then after that you can use a hair dryer or some other things just to dry out the water. So then after several hours, so you can apply the books also. on the screen, okay, on the cloth. You can apply some amount of weight by using books and so on. So after that, after the completely dry up, you can use it. You can use it for the chart preparation, okay, chart board, or you will use chart. No, you will purchase chart in the stationery. You can use such kind of paper as a chart. Next, not only that, you can use this paper for the production, for the preparation of greeting cards and so on. So you can use these in many ways, okay. So next, the compressed cardboards. Compressed cardboards are nothing but it is a type of material just to reduce the wood, okay, just to reduce usage of the wood. We are using the compressed cardboards. So during the sawmill, in the sawmill, we will cut the wood. We will cut the wood into small blocks for the preparation of different furniture. So during this process, you will get a sawdust, okay. The sawdust is nothing but so small microscopic particles, so along with small pieces of the wood, that is known as sawdust. So here we are taking the sawdust. So the sawdust is treated with the chemicals, okay. So especially we will use sulfate. We will use the sulfate chemicals. So sulfate chemicals are used after using the sulfate chemicals, okay, to the pulp, okay, to the wood pulp. So we are going to extract cellulose, okay. The cellulose is produced. So the cellulose is used as a layers, okay. We are going to use the cellulose as a layers, and between these layers sawdust, okay, the sawdust is used. So by this way these layers are made, and these 2 to 3 layers are made. They are compressed, okay. So they are compressed with by applying some amount of pressure, and they are made to dry, compressed and also drying process, okay. As a result, what will happen, you will get some kind of sheets, wooden sheets like structure. They are known as compressed cardboards. So these compressed cardboards are stronger than the wood, as much stronger as wood, okay. So these compressed cardboards can be used for the preparation of furniture and also other products. So it is most important. Why? Because by the using compressed cardboards, or by preparation of the compressed cardboards, we are reducing the cut down of the trees, and hence we are reducing the deforestation process. So it is also one of the important aspect to conserving the nature. So next is the all species on this planet has a right to exist and equal right to live, and earth belongs to all. Most of the human beings think that this earth is only for the human beings. It is not at all true. So the earth is for all, and each and every living organism has a right to live, and everything has to live on this planet. So next is nature is not for human beings and need and greed. So most of the people, what they use the nature just for their greediness and also need. Okay, it is not true. It is not correct. So nature is not for human beings. Nature is for all. Nature is for all organisms, including ant, bacteria, everything. So loss of any species shows effect on the food web. Okay, let us consider. You can see the grass. On the grass, what happens in grasshoppers, okay, grasshoppers, on the grasshoppers the frogs are dependent on the frogs. The snakes are dependent, okay, on the snakes, the eagle, and so on. So this is known as a food chain. So dependence, interdependence of organisms on one above, that is known as a food chain. So between the food chain there is a food web, okay. If any organism, if you kill all frogs, what will happen? If you kill all frogs, it will show effect on the snakes. Why? Because the snakes will not get enough amount of frogs to eat. As a result, the snakes are going to suffer a lot. In this way, if you damage or if you kill any organisms in the food chain or in the food web, it is going to show impact on the survival of the other organisms, just now as we have seen here. So if you kill all tigers, what will happen? The deer population is going to increase. As a result, the increased deer population will show greater impact on the on the vegetation process in the forest, means all plants will get damaged due to the increased population of the deers. Why? Because the human beings kills all tigers. So it means if you kill or if you remove or if you damage any species in the food web or food chain, so it is going to show impact on other organisms. Okay, by conserving biodiversity, the forest resource has to be used with sustainable development without affecting the ecosystem. Okay, sustainable development means without damaging other things, without damaging forest and without damaging other organisms. So together growth is known as sustainable development. So it has to be done without damaging the ecosystem. Okay, if we protect the nature will protect us. Okay, and this is about the chapter, and I hope this lecture is helpful to you. If you have any doubts, questions or suggestions, feel free to post in the comment section and we will answer to you. Okay, and we will discuss the next topic in the next lecture. Okay.